This week we got a not so much fun one, but to any of my makers that sell stuff you make, it's an important one to go over. And that is the weeks, or the weekends, days, months, weeks, years, however, whatever it is, where your sales stop or significantly slow down. It's something that everybody that sells commodities like I do, and I'll be the first to admit it. That's also why I try to that's why I try to keep things practical, because it does help keep your numbers up. But different techniques that I use when sales get slow, and don't get me wrong, there have been times I was ready to say, screw this, I'm done. But it's people that care about me that know I'd regret it, that talk me out of quitting. But, it'll really make you, that doubt will really creep in on your head. You'll start questioning if your stuff's as good as you thought it was. And like I already said, you'll wonder if it's actually worth it, worth your time. And it's very easy to take it personally, which I'll be honest, I generally do. Not proud of it, but when you know it, self-knowledge really helps when it comes to stuff like this, because you got to have grit, and also having people around you that know you're stubborn enough to make it work, you're just having a rough time. It really does help. The best thing you can do is don't panic, don't throw anything away, and don't quit just because it's quiet. Because a lot of times I tell people, if I've been at shows and it's completely nobody there, I've told people, have you posted to all of your social media? Like, there are times where if I don't have time before a show starts to get a short up on YouTube, just of a quick walk around where everything I have, like I like to do, I'll do that. I have actually had customers walking into my booth as I started doing one, because we had like maybe 100 people in a show where there was like 80 vendors. You couldn't see anybody. I literally looked at them and said, feel free to look. I'm just getting a short recorded for YouTube real quick, because it's been fairly slow today, and sometimes this helps. And don't worry about saying anything or any questions. As soon as I get through it, I always cut the audio and just put a little background music, so nothing you guys say will be uploaded anywhere. And that definitely makes people feel a lot better too. But, because then I'll share that to my Facebook. And then with my Facebook, I'll also include the location, the hours, and the location. Make sure you have the actual accurate address. Sometimes I've seen where people tell you to go one place and it's not right. So put the address on and give them the name if the address on the flyer is wrong, or if they had to move locations, because that can mess with people. Take advantage of it. If you have something if you have projects you can work on there, take stuff to work on there. That's another trick I've seen a lot of people do. I try to go with pens that need put together, because a lot of times if it's slow, I'll sit there and chit chat with my neighbor and get to know them while I'm just slapping pens. You can just grab a pen press and do what you need to do. And it stopped more than a few customers. Hey, what you doing there? I'm just putting pens together. It's pretty dead in here today, so I had to, I have however many I have that need to put together, so I'm just slapping them together real quick. And if they're actually interested in how you do stuff, I tell them I've got a YouTube channel that'll show you everything I do before this step. I just realized I'm missing my example piece. I got to make another one of those. Because what I used to do, I had a piece of acrylic that I took from square and just took down to round, just like that. Told them, yeah, this is how it starts. Flip it around, show them the round side. I take it down round like this to whatever size I need for the pen on both ends. And while I'm doing that, I already have a hole drilled in the middle with a piece of brass that holds everything together. And I just explain everything to them, and have a couple, if you can, just a couple of small examples just to give them a better visual because some of the shows I do, I don't have access to internet, so I can't have my YouTube up unless I download stuff. And even then, it's supposed to be old-timey for at least one of them. They don't want to see an iPad out. When I can have one where you can see it, though, I generally have this channel streaming because it's watch time for me and it's easy examples to use. But some of the things that keep me going in these times, again, if you're at a show, have stuff to work on. If you have everything else that you're done working on, this is one of my shopping lists right now. Make a list of videos you want to do. If you try the YouTube thing, make a list of stuff you want to start working on. Keep your mind busy and not focused on no sales. And the worst thing you can do is pull your phone out and start watching TV or playing games, because if you do have a customer, and I've seen people do this, slow show, they get discouraged, start playing around. Customers with stuff in their hands they want to buy. Excuse me, hey, do you know who's taking money for this stuff? And they were so into their phone they didn't even hear it. Customers put stuff back where they found it and walked away. I saw somebody wait for 5 minutes one time because I timed it. They put everything down, walked over to me because I was the next one. And I have no idea what their deal was, because I even yelled at them, like, you have customers, what are you doing? And they're, after this game. And that's when they walked away, and I'm like, I don't blame you, that's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, don't be that person, because believe me, I've been on that end of it, because when I'm not at shows, sometimes I like to go around and see if I can steal ideas or talk shop with other woodworkers. And I mean, because I've walked into people's stuff, I've seen things that are absolutely beautiful, and then one thing that's like, dude, why do you have this? Like, this looks terrible. Like, did you not see this crack here? I mean, I tried to give honest feedback to anybody I deal with, though, and if I do steal ideas, I generally tell them, make sure it's cool with them, because if it's not, then I don't want to be that jerk. But yeah, because I mean, it's just things like that will make those rough days just that little bit better. I mean, I'm not above, on a really slow one, to walk up to my plate and just spin tops constantly. My personal record, 16 tops on a plate, because there was nobody shopping at that one. And when I tell all the kids that, and they all want to try to break my record, and they all start trying to spin tops, what I don't tell them is the mini ones that I no longer make made up at least 10 of those. Because it's really fun to watch them try to top it and then just go, you can't even fit 16 of them on there. But I mean, that's also, because I've had parents ask, and then it's like, oh no, I usually have a couple little ones just to show, like, I can make them smaller. And tell them, no, I actually had a bunch of these that were ready to go for it. And then they just shake their head and they're like, you're terrible. I'm like, yeah, it's funny though. They're not getting in trouble. And usually it's, yeah, but yeah, it's, but I mean, the other thing to remember with your sales, it comes in cycles. Everybody has slow times. And some people have told me, use it for sharpening skills. I've been known to take my carving knives to shows, and if it's slow, I'll just sit there and put in. I've literally taken my entire carving knife stash to a show. It was so dead that I put an edge, razor sharp, on every single carving knife I own. And when I got home, all I did was had to hone them. I had no hair on either arm and both legs on the entire calf by the time I left that one. But when I got home and after I stropped everything and had everything re-edged and ready to rock and roll, I was able to start carving again pretty much instantly. It took about 5 minutes to get the 3 knives I wanted stropped up, and they were ready to rock and roll. It's just Try to have stuff to where you can actually get stuff done, because that will help, I promise. And the biggest thing is just remember, a quiet show doesn't mean it's time to quit. It just means maybe you need to find another vendor or another vendor organizer or different shows. I've changed up where I go several times, and this year I've got a bunch of leads from people that are like, your stuff's really good, you should be selling more. Why isn't your name out there? And it's like, I don't know where to go. And then they give me suggestions. And that's one of the biggest things I'll tell you. Talk to your neighbors. The vendors you see getting sales or that everyone says is successful. Talk to those people. Get to know them. Become their friends. And don't just do it just to get the information. Do it like hang out with them. If you're a vendor, they're some of the best people on the planet I've ever met. I'll be honest with you. I've got some really good friends that I've met just from doing shows, and we only really chit-chat at shows. But let me tell you, when we see each other, it's, oh, hey, man, how you doing? It's great. But just a couple things to keep in mind. I'm going a little longer than I wanted to, but it's also one of those, just don't give up. Keep going. Keep slugging. It's tough. We all go through it. If you catch vendors that'll be honest with you, like me, we'll do what we can to work with you and keep you going. And if it's, at the end of the day, it's up to you. But with that, I will say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already and you feel like I've earned it. And I know this one's going to be boring, but at the same time necessary, because we all deal with it. We all go through it. And I'm willfully going through it for the next 6 months, I think. I don't think I'm doing anything before June as of right now, and I'm recording this on January 14th. I got to figure out something for Valentine's Day. I got to go. Talk to you later. Cat in the hat, dappy dat. Later.